Let's get to our next feature. Every time somebody in Hollywood produces a successful movie, studio executives everywhere immediately analyze the elements of the film and they try and duplicate its success as closely as they can. And that's what happened in the year 1933 when Little Women was such an unexpected hit for RKO. They searched all over for a news story, and what they came up with was Anne of Green Gables, a 1908 novel by Canadian author Lucy Maud Montgomery. Mark Twain once referred to Anne as fiction's dearest child since Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Isn't that wonderful? RKO knew a sure thing when they saw it. But to make it even more certain, they assigned Kenneth McGowan, who had produced Little Women, to take over. As director, they assigned George Nichols, Jr., who had just worked on RKO's 1934 feature, Finishing School, another picture about young women. George Nichols remembered a lovely, well-mannered young girl that he had worked with in finishing school, whose name was Dawn O'Day, and in addition to being talented, she was a genuinely nice little girl. Luckily, Dawn made a beautiful screen test for the role, and the studio gave her the go-ahead. But they cast her with one condition. RKO thought it would be a really good idea if Dawn would change her name to Anne Shirley, which happens to be the name of the character she was going to play, and that's how Anne Shirley became Anne Shirley. Here is Anne of Green Gables. Rosemary DeCamp was cast as Edith Miller in today's film for one very simple reason. James Cagney really enjoyed working with her. They had previously worked together in Yankee Doodle Dandy, in which she played his mother. She did really a nice job, too, as an older lady, and the audience never guessed that Rosemary DeCamp was actually 14 years younger than her son. Let's get on to our next movie. We saw a Jimmy Cagney movie, and when I was a youngster, that's pretty much what I used to do on Saturdays. I'd go see a Jimmy Cagney movie, or I'd see a Katharine Hepburn movie, or I'd see a John Wayne movie. It didn't really matter too much what the actor was playing as long as it was somebody like John Wayne. And as you might have guessed, we're about to do a John Wayne movie. He did movies like True Grit, which was a certain kind of John Wayne. There was the cowboy appearance that we see him in here in movies like Fort Apache. He played a great Irishman in The Quiet Man, but John Wayne was always very special as himself. Here's a very good example of the kind of John Wayne movie that I used to enjoy during World War II. It's called The Flying Leathernecks. Let's watch John Wayne.